Okay.
Time for divine shot, KJ events. This real talk's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Knicks shit, dripping in Knicks shit. Up in the world most famous arena with the click. That's the conglomerate. The Knicks real talk, the real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variants, dominant. Paying homage to the cat from the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that. You don't care for hyperbole, you straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, the side. My entourage be on the job, my energy. Feeling tripping in tempo. As they cook my game plan, let my brand for loop and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that's the things we know is pretty, but we all stay giddy. But we afraid the fan base, hit the link, Anthony Mace. We drink the logo when there's airspace that appear like square space. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Knicks City drip. There's any Jacksons on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew, so here's a few bars that shine like stars divine on Mount Mars. Knicks real talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks real talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks real talk.
right here. Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks real talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Knicks real talk.
We here.
Here we go, let's go.
Knicks real talk. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Let's get it. Salute everyone. What's poppin'? What's good? Here we go. Let's go. The Knicks, it's round 2, baby. Game, post-game recap, man. Divine Shop Power, we in the building. Salute to everybody out there. I hope y'all had a great day that day, because you know we all did. Knicks went in the building and handled their business yesterday, man. And now you know we get ready to sit here and play Miami in the second round. So we got a lot to get into. The post-game, the game at the day after. We just want to wait for everybody to get their flower, because we're going to come in tonight and get it popping. So we in the building. Shop Powers, what's popping?
Salute to you, Divine. Salute to the chat. And tonight, salute to the front office and Leon Rose for staying with the team that he had in hand and rolling with the team and not sucking everything out of the Knicks to get Donovan Mitchell. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Real talk. 4 games to 1. No contest. What a phenomenal day to be a New York Knicks fan. On top of that, we go into the second round against an arch rival. It just don't in that New York City right now, man. Salute to the New York Knicks, like the piggyback of my brother, like Shaw Power said. Salute to the whole entire orange and blue organization, the fan base, everybody. This is what it's all about right here. This why we went through the peaks and valleys all season long for this moment right here. New York City, stand up, man. Real talk. We are in here. Like Shaw Power said, we here. We back. I'm on some Shaw Power stuff tonight. We back. Let's get it, New York Knicks. They're popping. Oh, my goodness, man. We about to go to the second round and get down against the Miami Heat, and we want to smoke. Let's not get it twisted. We want to smoke. Let's get it on. It's going to be fire for the next couple of weeks. We got a shot, ladies and gentlemen, to possibly go to the Eastern Conference Finals, and I can't say nothing else about that, man. This thing is huge. It's fun. It's beautiful. First and foremost, if I go any further, salute to the chat. Dave Steven, Big Taz, our hand, Frank Matos. Salute to everybody, man, in the building, man. Appreciate y'all coming in with me and Shaw Powers, because we got a lot to talk about tonight, man. What a game in Cleveland last night. And I'm going to say it right now, say it one time and only, the Block Nest Monster.
Woo!
Period. Game over. No cap. It was crazy. That man put on a display of basketball that I haven't seen since like a long time. That man was dominant. He had more points and rebounds combined than the other 2 big men they had together. That's crazy. Mitchell Robinson was the one. He won that game last night, hands down. Salute to Mitchell Robinson. And that's why we homers for that reason. Let's get it, Shaw Powers. It was on, boy. Mitchell Robinson was in his bag last night, man. That was crazy to see last night.
I just want to say, I'm going to say about Mitchell Robinson, but can we put some respect on RJ's name, man? Star J Barrett came to the guard in the last couple of games and held us down. Can we put some? We don't have to say nothing about Brunson. Put some respect on Mitchell Robinson's name. Blockness Monster, AK Flex. He came through. He just out rebounded both their bigs, scored more than both their bigs. Blocked more than both their bigs. he just had an extra 18 these guys just, and this is the Mitchell Robinson I've been waiting to see, and I felt that he was going to try to show out in the playoffs, as this is his first time there, and he probably been wanting to be there since they made it with that almighty fourth seed, and he was hurt and he couldn't be there. So, he may have been sitting there watching like, man, if I was there against Atlanta, we might have got to pass this thing and all this stuff. I mean, I don't know what was in his mindset, but he really played some basketball last night, man, and the last couple of games, man. And salute to Mitchell Robinson, man. That's my guy.
Yeah. Well, great job of that. Real quick, I just want to veer off course for 1 minute. Frank Matos, I would love a sweep. I really would. But Knicks will talk on to be in the building in the 5th game, so we do not want no sweep. Knicks will talk Shy Power in game 5. We book it. We gonna be in the building. So I don't want no sweep because of that reason. But I can always do it. I can always move it on to the Eastern Conference Finals. Let's get it. So, but yeah, man. What a great job by the New York Knicks, Shy Power, man. Them young boys came to play, man. Out of Jalen Brunson being our floor general, our leader of that team, and salute to my man, the King of New York, still to me, man, Julius Randle. Word is born. That's a gritty brother, man. Listen, me and Shy Power talked about this. We was like, he don't want to settle for 3, especially Shy Power really put it into the atmosphere yesterday. He's like he said Julius Randle don't need to settle for 3s. He needed to keep going to the paint, which I agree with 100%. And that boy was playing bully ball last night on him.
Well, couldn't stop him.
Oh my goodness, he was playing bully ball on the boys last night. I'm like, Shy Power called that boy that in the fruition, man. I'm a great analogy with that, man, because he was going at these dudes, man. He was giving a body. I'm like, Evan Mobley, I'm like, man, we don't want, between him and Richard Robertson, we don't want none of this. They ain't want none of that. That was some tough stuff right there, Shy Power. I see Julius Randle. That was the old young Julius Randle last night. He was going to that bucket, man. He was dropping the shoulder on Evan Mobley. I know Evan Mobley probably got ice packs and everything right now, yo. I know if I was out there, I'd have been like, they probably put me in ICU or something the way he was hitting that dude. So what a great job by Julius Randle, man. Too bad he went down with that injury on the same foot. He tried to block Caris LeVert's shot. Obviously came down on Caris LeVert's ankle, and then it happened, man. But you know what? That to me, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, something like that, 13 points in 16 minutes. Man, I was like, yes, sir, my brother, go get it, Shop House. And I would love to see the way Julius Randle played last night.
I mean, it was just the same thing. They try to do almost the same thing I was saying. They would run that screen with Randle. They would double Mitchell. They would double Jalen Brunson. He would kick it to Randle. And the first couple of shots, Randle took a couple of jumpers, but after that, he started driving to the hole. First, he got 2 free throws. Then he got 2 more free throws, and then it was on and popping after that. After the ball started going there, then he just started abusing these guys, man. And unfortunately, I think LeVert, that was a dirty ding. I was about to curse. That was a dirty play. I believe he stuck that leg out. I swear, I looked at that tape, man, like you see it on Twitter. I ain't gonna put that out there, but anyway, I just hope that the good thing about last night is he went to the back. They probably shot him up with some cortisone or whatever medicine they put in there to numb that ankle up. It didn't look as bad as the first time they rolled it, but it is still that same foot. And we were just talking about him laboring in the other two, the game that he didn't play the fourth quarter. He looked like he was laboring because of the foot and that tailbone. I think that tailbone really, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but that last play by Jarrett Allen in that game when he fouled him and Randle fell onto his backside, he fell directly on that tailbone. And if you ever fell on your tailbone before, you know that shooting pain that you get from your ankles all the way up to your neck bone. So, I mean, let's hope that they got a couple of days to, put a new brace on or figure out a tighter shoe or however they're going to figure it out. I think if Julius can walk, I think he's going to come out and play. And I hope that they evaluate. They're going to evaluate it. They're not going to put him out there to try to have it happen again to him. But I think Julius is going to want to play. But in the event that he can't play, next man up.
Facts. Hey, man, listen. You know, the thing about that fall, thank God he fell on my man first. If he wouldn't have fell on my man first, then he probably wouldn't even be playing, period. So
Yeah, man.
Before he fell on my man body first, hit his body before he hit that floor. If it wasn't for that, Julius Randle probably would have been gone for the year. Maybe. He's an Iron Man. One thing about a guy like Julius Randle, when you got good muscles like he do, you able to absorb a lot of a hard fall because you got good muscle mass on you. So, but when thank God he fell on my man body first, and then he hit that floor. But I say all to say, man, he'll be ready. Julius Randle ain't come this far. He'll be ready. Julius Randle gonna play with pain and without pain. I believe in that cat. But what I was happy to see about that when he came out of the locker room in the third quarter and he looked over at everybody. He was like, "I'm good.
I'm all right." He said, "I'm all right." I seen he said, "I'm all right."
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they probably. I'm pretty sure they went back there. All those medical advisors and all those medical guys probably looked at it, evaluated, see if it was swollen, hit him with some type of something to take down the swelling and numb the pain for a little bit till they could get him back to do the rotation on his ankle to his foot. They're gonna work on him hard, to get him back. And I believe that he may make a first game in New York for the second round against Miami. And kudos to everybody in the chat, man. I forgot who it was. I think it may have been New Yorican, but the right now I don't even understand how the media is actually going to sit here and think that Butler is going to just come in here and do what he did to the ailing Milwaukee Bucks. I don't even know why didn't we beat them like 3 times this year, something like that? Then we kind of Miami. Then we beat Miami 3 times this year, something like that. Then we I don't know why everybody thinking like he's just gonna come in here and just Butler's playoff Butler. Here come playoff Butler. Well, you know what we got? Our playoff Butler. I'm with that. You know what we got? We got playoff Brunson. So let's get it. Let's get it.
Yeah. You know they have to throw the narrative like that. They sell wolf tickets, man. They got to get ratings. You know what I mean? And the best way to get ratings on them shows is to go against the Knicks. Because you know we the biggest thing rolling in New York, man. So I see why them clowns be doing that, man. I don't be tripping off them. I'm like, man, you know what? Yeah, but that's the only way they're gonna get ratings. They got to say the negative stuff. You know what I mean? They're gonna get ratings. But just like that's something that we don't tolerate too much. That's why we don't do it here. You know, we might not got a billion subscribers, but you know what? We speak truth to power because we ain't trying to deal with no hyperbole just to get subscribers. You subscribe to the channel because we speak the real. Ain't none of that mess, you know what I mean? That's that ESPNs and all them cats, all them ex-players like Kenny Smith. Kenny Smith, you from Queens. You supposed to be repping New York City.
Man, I don't even want to say nothing about him. I don't even get him sometimes.
Yeah, but that's how they got to do it, Shop Out. You know, negative sales, man. Negative sales to draw the energy and attention, and people can get into debating and all that crazy stuff. And that's what sells on them shows, man. And not even a lot of podcasts that sells like that. People got to have a negative narrative sometimes just to make people want to get it to make them, how would I say, engage, put it like that. But you know what? We ain't worried about that. We know what the Knicks going to do. Jimmy Butler can't beat the Knicks by himself, and we got something for him. We got an Arsenal defenders out there. We got they got a good team, man. I'm not sleeping on them cats, man. Let's not get it. They organization is championship pedigree ready. Everything we going to do, they going to do. Everything we know what they do, they know what we doing. Everything, because it's the same culture. It's literally the same culture. What we know, what they gonna do, we know. What we gonna do, they know. You know what I mean? Pat Riley got his DNA all through this stuff, man. All the way to our squad, believe it or not. All the way to the Knicks. His DNA is all over this stuff. So it is what it is, but I think we got a better team right now. I think they click it, but you beat Giannis then with a broken Giannis for a couple of games. They didn't come out there and match your intensity. So you know what? It is what it is, man. I think the Knicks is ready. Listen, we've been saying this all year. We ain't backing down from day one. Knicks real talk. We said this team was legit from day one. And we ain't start talking about it once they got over 500, whatever. Knicks real talk. We said this team been legit since day one, and we gonna stand true to power, and that's why they where they at. Cause we know what the eye test was. We know what we was watching. We know what Jalen Brunson. We know who Julius Randle, Artie, and these cats is, and they show improvement. Because plain said they show improvement, not show and telling. They show improvement, Shop Howard. So all we gotta do is get ready for this thing Sunday, man. It's gonna be a blast. The Garden gonna be lit. New York City gonna be lit. You know, and we in here, man. We up in here, orange and blue skies. Nobody can take that from us. You know, and we ready to roll. Spanked Cleveland the other night, got the boys up out of here, and we did what we had to do. Let's move on to the next. Like you said, on to the next. Next man up. Let's get it, Shop Howard. I'm ready, man. This shit is gonna be crazy. For real.
I mean, I just this is where I've been feeling, and I've been feeling this. Like I've been saying some of these things. You know, a lot of things. The one things that the Knicks do is they have multiple scorers, and they have multiple players that score double digits. And any night, any one of our definites can pair up with some of our positives and win a game. We had 6 players in double digits last night, and surprisingly, J Hart last night only had 4 points. But how much pressure did he put on Donovan Mitchell last night? Donovan got off. I think he had 26, 28 points. I think he was under 30, close maybe to 26, 7, 8, something like that. But there was some hard points that he got last night. And J Hart just played him so hard. So I'm real confident in what we could do. I mean, we had Toppin in double digits last night, Randall in double digits last night, Barrett in double digits last night, Brunson quickly, and we had Mitchell Robinson in double digits last night. And I mean, our positives and our definites and our possibles are really clicking, and some of these possibles are looking more like definites now. I'm so happy to see what IQ finally got out there and got in his rhythm. Start slowing the game down for him. Start making the shots that he was used to making. Those open 3-pointers, he was not hesitating. Those drives to the basket, he was not hesitating. And still playing stellar defense. We got some guys. I mean, I'm glad that people underestimate what this Knicks team can do, and how people thought that the Knicks were going to go 7 games against Cleveland, and how they just think that and be playoff damn, what's his name again? I never forgot his damn name. Got me so mad. But we got players, and we're gonna throw some plays at them, and I'm happy to see what we're gonna do.
Yeah, real talk. You look real quick, just to piggyback up with Shop Powers. Julius Randle, 16 minutes, 4 for 9. Missed 1 charity stripe free throw, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, plus 3, man, 13 points in 16 minutes. He was straight bully balling these cats. And I'm looking at Julius Randle like I said earlier. He was doing the damn thing against Evan Mobley. He was letting Evan Mobley know, boy, you better get in the all season, and you want to deal with me, you better put some weight on it. And he was putting a body on him. Mitchell Robinson, 36 minutes, 6 for 9, 1 for 4 from the charity stripe, 11 offense rebounds, 18 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals, 3 blocks, killing it. He was the most dominant center I've seen. I'm talking about from a defense side of the ball all year long. And I know Brook Lopez is a good defense player, a lot of guys, but Mitchell Robinson dominated 2 cats who together only had 10 points and 13 rebounds. He outshined both of them put together, 2 7-footers. He was killing the game last night. Salute my man Mitchell Robinson, man. Real talk, man. You are the man the other night. Jalen Brunson did Jalen Brunson thing, 23 points, plus 11, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. He killed it. J Hart, I love him in that starting lineup, man, for a lot of reasons. 12 rebounds.
12 rebounds.
12 rebounds, 4 points, but he was a plus 7. Then RJ Starr played 7 for 13, 2 for 4 from downtown. 51, only missed 1 charity stripe shot, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. He would have 4 turnovers, but that's okay. Plus 21. He was killing it. Obi Toppin, third quarter, phenomenal third quarter, man. Obi Toppin had a pop in 22 minutes. 5 for 10, 50% from both areas, downtown and a 2-point percentage. 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, plus 5, 12-point thing. My man had a good thing. My man didn't have so much of a good game last night, but he still was a plus 3. Hartenstein, we only had 2 rebounds, 2 assists, but still hit the things that don't show up on the stat sheet. You got to give him credit for it. The hustle plays, the defense. You got to give him credit for that. Now the IQ didn't have he was a plus, a minus, but forget that. That brother was knocking down some shots last night. 19 points, 5 for 15, 3 for 10 for downtown. Shot well from the charity stripe, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. And obviously, man, that's how the Knicks did last night. They came out to play. I will salute to them guys, man. They really came out there and did the thing last night. And let's see if they can continue this thing, man, moving forward. I just like the way they played last night, man. Guys in the chat, I catch up to your chats. I apologize because I had the screen off. But what a great job by the Knicks overall last night. We just got to keep it going, man. And hopefully we can get ready to get in this thing and get it popping again, man. I'm really antsy about these boys, man. Chop out. Let's go get it.
Yeah, man. Big intricate pieces of what we do, man. And this team is well oiled right now. And you know, as everyone, I say this I said this the last game, and I say it again. Yeah, the Miami, they're gonna want to come in here and do the Knicks are gonna want to do the same thing. They hungry right now. They just made it past the first round in how many years? 10 years. They hungry right now. They want more, and they keep every last one of them keep saying we're not finished. It's not done. We're gonna surprise the world. We're gonna all these things that the Knicks are talking about. I'm not. Miami is a tough team, and with the guys that the guy that came off the Kevin Love, he's going to be a intricate part of what Miami does, and he's going to be one of those guys. I don't want to say sleeper, but one of the guys that we really going to have to watch out for because he's starting to get in his rhythm shooting, and he loves killing the Knicks. You know what I mean? So that's one guy that I want to take out of the game. You know what I mean? Try to lock him down. Whoever holds him, keep him, keep close to him. Don't let him get no real open, good shots. You know, if he makes threes, let them all be hard shots. Let him shoot 3 for 12 or something like that. Something like that. But I just see how the Knicks play, man, and they play basketball. And the best thing about the way they play basketball against each other. I don't know if you've seen the clip of Jay Hart talking to Mitchell Robinson, talking about you grab rebounds, but I grab rebounds that break teams. You know what I mean? And they compete. 12 rebounds. He didn't score last night. You know what I mean? IQ picked up the scoring for him, but 12 rebounds. That is major. And playing stellar defense against the number one person on the opposing team. I'm ready for any team that's coming down the pipe right now. And I'm going to throw this out there. And I'm just gonna, I'll eat my crow later, but we beat Miami and we see Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. Yeah, I heard it here. I told my wife I want Philly because that way I know I can get to go to the game because Philly baby.
I got fair, man.
I'm like, it might be Knicks and Philly. I might be going back to the Garden in the Eastern Conference Final. I am going. I'm like, we get there anyway. But I'm like, listen, you go stay at my house in Philly, and we get on the train, go to New York. I'll see when we get back home. We'll come on back to down the way. So it's gonna be fun, man. I'm excited, man. The Knicks is in the building. Let's hope they can keep this thing going. Yeah, you're right, Jerry Fritz. I'll get that out there. Jericho Sims there has shoulder surgery, man. Young man, get well soon. Get ready for training camp. Come back in the mix. I think he's still gonna be in the fold, but he did have shoulder surgery. So get well soon, my man. My man Jericho. We be okay. But yeah, man. Shout out. It's a fun time to be a New York Knicks fan right now. Because we wait a year for this stuff to happen, man. We wait a year, man. This fan base has stayed patient, and they done drove us crazy for a couple of years. But man, a new day is coming, New York, man. I'm real talk, man. The Knicks is there, man, and they still set for the future. They got Jalen Brunson locked up for 4 years, Mitchell Robinson locked up for 4 years, RJ locked up for 4 years, Randall locked up for years. And they still got wiggle room to do some things. They got draft picks, so they're in a very good spot, man. That's crazy. Oh, Bryce Young. I figured that was gonna happen. D cool, Bryce Young to the Panthers. But we in a good spot, man. That's why I got my Giant joint on. They got the 25th pick tonight. So salute to the orange and blue. I'm at the blue, big blue, man. Let's go get it, man. Get a good draft pick to help us with this team, man. I think we'll have a good season because my man Aaron Rodgers in the building for a lot of New York Jet fans, man. Good pickup by them. So it's gonna be lit in New York, man. The Giants and the Jets gonna be popping this winter. So let's see how it goes. Yeah, Jericho Sims is that dude, man. He'll be ready for next year. But for us, the Cleveland series, Shot Powers, The Knicks was a scrappy team that whole series, man. They defended to the way we thought they would. They kept these cats on 100 points like 3 or 4 times, something like that, 3 times, 4. So they came out there and their defense was stellar in this first round playoff series. We're gonna need that same stellar defense moving into the second round series against Miami. Like I said, man, it's gonna be a slugfest, man. You can go back and check the tape since the 90s if you really want to see what this thing gonna be like. It's gonna be like Tom Thibodeau was a part of that. He
sure was.
Yeah. Tom Brooks was a part of that. Pat Riley was a part of that. Even Eric Spoelstra was he was working as a video coordinator, I think, when he was at that time. So there's a lot of history in this thing, man. And, but I think what I do like our chances against them is this reason here. Cleveland might have had the dogs like Jimmy Butler, but I think they also had some better talent too. You know what I mean? For like Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell. So I think they team was just as relevant as the Miami Heat, except for Miami and them got more dog. They got what we got. So that's what's gonna make this series interesting, because if Cleveland had dog in them, that series could have went another way. But they ain't had it. They didn't have no dog in them. We just took it out of them. So, but these cats ain't gonna come down and lie down in the bar. Let's not get it twisted. Miami Heat ain't coming there like the Cleveland Cavaliers. They got guys who been here. They've been there, done that. Jimmy Butler been here, done that. So, like I said, but I still think our team is gonna come out here with the talent that we have. And I think if Julius Randle play in the first game, it's gonna be crazy. And if he don't play, I still think we beat him. I just think this is a better team. I really do. I think the Knicks got a good team. Them and Miami is probably the 2 teams that's catching stride at the right time. Let's put it like that. They are catching stride at the right time. So I think the Knicks gonna be ready for these cats, man. But I think we take 2 in the Garden, man. I know we go 1 game at a time. I think the Knicks take the first 2 in the Garden, go take 1 in Miami, come back game 5 and close the damn thing out, and that's it. And then there we go, Eastern Conference Final. Let's get it. That's what I'm on right now. But just like the piggyback like I was saying a few seconds ago, I just think that our defense was stellar against Cleveland. That was a defense series, which I like, because Miami's a good defense team too. So we already had a taste of good defense. You know what I mean? We did. You know what I mean? Because that was a good defense team. And so we didn't score over our season average of 115, whatever. Everything was down in the 90s and the low hundreds, because that's how good their defense is. And but I think we exposed a lot of that stuff. And we took them out of here, man. So I'm ready to do the same thing against Miami.
I'm going to say this because there was some naysayers out there. Oh, Cleveland this. Now that Cleveland lost. Now, oh, Cleveland, wasn't this and all that. Let's put some respect on what Cleveland did this year. They were number 1 in defense this year. Number 1 defensive team, and top 10 in offense this year. Easily a playoff bound Eastern Conference Final team that could have went. Easily control games. 4th in the standings. This team was a legit team. And what we did to them every time we beat them was we kept them under 100 points. That's just the facts. This team, the team that we beat, could have beat and made it to the Eastern Conference Final, as good as their team is. So let that be said, that we beat one of the elites, the top 4 in the league. I mean, top 4 in the Eastern Conference. All right. So we are a team that teams do not want to play. And I just believe, as a Knicks fan, that the Knicks are going to come out and still continue to be hungry. I think they're still going to continue to want to be gritty. I still think that they believe that it's not over yet. This is not as far as we want to go. And I'm right. I want to the wheels fall off. Divine, remember, wheels fall to the wheels fall off. I'm rolling. I'm rolling.
Real talk, rolling. Sir. Hey, this is one thing I can say also. Hey, let's put this analogy out there. They don't have what I consider prolific scores. Jimmy Butler, playoff Jimmy Butler. I don't care if Jimmy Butler scored 40 points again. Shut everybody else down.
Facts.
That's all the Knicks got to do. And with our defense, that can happen. So the same way we beat Cleveland 3-1 in the regular season, we beat Miami 3-1. That's the reason why I got 5-1. I think Kevin Love cannot guard no. There's nobody on that team other than Jimmy Butler that can guard Julius Randle. I mean, literally guard him. Bam Adebayo, he's too tall. He probably a little bit. He would have had to. Julius would have had to bring that man on the outside, just like he was dealing with Mobley at times. And then you take a Bam Adebayo playing a 5 anyway. Kevin Love can't guard no Julius Randle. Tyler Hero out, he ain't playing. So if you get Gabe Vincent, shut all them cats on that perimeter down, Knicks walking by there forward. Like Frank Martin, they might sweep him, but I'm like, I don't want to sweep him because I want that game 5 where we can get it in. The Knicks got to sacrifice one game to get the game 5 for me and Shot Powell to be up in that building. Knicks will talk. We'll be in the building that night, man. So I don't, but I still take the sweep. That I can we just say that we'll say no ticket for the we'll say that night for the West, the Eastern Conference Finals, whatever. But I think the Knicks got what it takes to beat these cats again, man. I just think that we got enough. We got a lot of firepower down there, and the way Obi Toppin and quickly them. See what's good about it, Shot Powers. They got through that first round, all that pressure. You know how quickly the first couple of games that started, they were pretty because they're young. They just got in that energy, that everything. But then they got through that last game, quickly started showing out. Last night he had a pop it. So now they ain't gonna go into this series with all that pressure. The pressure's off now. The pressure is off the Knicks because they got out of the first round. It ain't no pressure. So let's go get it. I think these young boys gonna come play. If McBride come in, if Duke Grimes come back, hopefully he will. That's another piece of the puzzle, and he was one of our starters. But bring him off the bench with Quickly and if he bring him off the bench with Quickly and Jay Harden, I Harden, that defense gonna be stellar. Grimes, Quickly, Obi, and I Hart, and if you got to throw McBride in there, or whatever the case may be, that defense will be stellar. Because them, you know how Grimes get down on the D side, you know how Quickly get down on the D5. Second highest defense rating in the league, 80%. You know what I mean? Emmanuel Quickly. So, man, let's go get it, man. This is gonna be fire, brother. There's gonna be some crazy stuff popping off right now, for real.
I felt that Cleveland didn't have anything that could stop the Knicks, and I think I said it on our last stream. I think the Knicks figured out a scheme to beat them, and that the way they rotated that rotation and they did it. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but they did what they did in game 4 to both Garland and Donovan in game 5. You know what I mean? They rotated, blitzed them, slow blitzed them, pushed them to their power side, and then Mitch steps up and make it hard for you to make a basket. So now when Mitch steps up, you have to try to make a pass to Mitch's man. And you know who was there? Jay Hart. I don't know what it is. Jay Hart is in everything. Every time you go to it, not every time, but a lot of time when you go to be there, you go to pass the ball, Jay Hart pops up from out of nowhere like a blur, and he just comes in and messes up the whole play. And now we got the ball and we pushing the ball and we running the ball. One of the things we did yesterday good was we controlled the pace. And I mean, and my peeves, man, controlling the pace, man. When you want to run, you run on these guys. That's how Obi got hot in that third quarter. We ran and what we did well yesterday, just out of 2 plays, 18 rebounds and 12 rebounds. That's 30 rebounds from 2 plays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you know what I mean? That is major, controlling rebounds. And they wasn't the best at shooting their free throws last night. I don't think they missed many. I think I didn't look at the stats. I think it was like 20 close. What was it, like 22, and they missed like 6 or something like that because of Mitchell Robinson or something like that. I think Mitch missed like 3 free throws or something like that. So it wasn't like it was a Brunson hitting 3 free throws or RJ missing 3 free throws and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So that's what we had to do, and we got to continue to play just this style of basketball. And I'm already sure before this game was over that Tom Thibodeau already had a scheme for both of the teams that were next on our list. And now that we got home court advantage, you know what I mean, these first 2 games are going to be real big in MSG. You know what I mean? It's going to be major games. And with the way the crowd was the last time that we played at the Garden, this is going to be even more intense. This is going to be crazy. It's probably going to be about 20,000 people in that arena cheering on for the New York Knicks. Loud. booing these. I mean, I don't know, man. You've been in the garden, right, Divine? I've been in the garden. When the Knicks fans go off, we go all the way off. We go off. So I'm just waiting to see what happens, man. I'm just so happy that the Knicks, finally got past the first round and making it into the second. This is a successful season. It was already successful when we had 45 wins. This is super duper successful. No one thought that we would be making it to the second round. No one had us in the second round, but everybody that's watching us, everybody that we chatting to in the chat, and me and you, Divine. Nobody else, and the rest of the Knicks fans all across the atmosphere and all the YouTubes and all the algorithms and everything else. We're the only one who thought we was going to do this year.
Yeah, real talk, man. Hey, man, we just knew how good this team was, from what they had and what they brought in. And like I said, I seen the impact of a Jalen Brunson last year when he was in the playoffs, man, and what he did. And I see the impact from when he just was coming out of college. I'm like, did people don't remember him and Jay Harden was they was the real deal in Villanova, man. Them cats was the real deal. And when I found out the Knicks was getting him, man, and we was like in the last year in the chat and they're on the stream like, listen, it was Devontae Murray, Jalen Brunson, and I'm glad we ended up with who we ended up with, because right now this cat is doing the same thing he did last year for the Dallas Mavericks. It was him and Luka. Now it's him and Randall, and look, he's doing the same exact thing that he did last year. If when we beat Miami, Jalen Brunson took two teams in back-to-back years to the Eastern and Western Conference Finals. He was on. He did this. Think about that. Last year he did it. Came on New York the first year and did it again. He gonna be hitting superstar status when you do stuff like that. So I gotta give this man his flowers, man. I'm loving the way this cat. We've been waiting for something like this for years, man, years. But like I said, to have a guy like that who's steady with the ball, who's a true definition of a point guard, true definition of a floor general, that makes a big difference. This ain't Elfrid Payton. There's only two starters on the team this year. Two starters on this team this year that started in the playoffs 2 years ago. Only two players, R.J. Barrett and Randall, and everybody else wasn't there because Mitch was hurt. Now you see the difference with the more quality and more depth and more experience. Because R.J. he's older, 2 years older now. Mr. Robinson didn't even play in that series last year. We had nerves as well. He played good that year, but he couldn't handle my man on Clint Capella. And now you look with the Knicks healthy and with a true point guard. And now you see what these cats are doing, man. Yeah, you're right, Noriko. My bad, man. I'm gonna take that F5 there. Real talk, man. I want y'all to think my confidence shade. I'm on it with you. Appreciate that, my brother. We will beat these cats. But that just goes to show and prove that what Jalen Brunson means to the New York Knicks. That's why we early shot how we had these cats win these games. Because we like, man, what a difference this guy makes. Right now, he's the best thing I've seen. This is no hyperbole and none of that. He's the best point guard I've seen in New York for a whole season, other than Walt Clyde Frazier. And I was there when Walt Clyde Frazier was balling because I was that young. And nobody had done nothing like this here but him. I mean, and this is amazing, man. Real talk, bro. This cat is 100% legit, and I'm glad all the naysayers tried to prove him wrong, and they couldn't. So it is what it is. But I'm super excited about our Knicks shot power. Let's get it, man. And we'll throw some highlights up in a minute about the game, man. Because them cats were doing their thing last night. Mitchell Robinson dominant. I watched that. I haven't seen nobody do that stuff since. Like Ewan and them cats. I mean, in a Knick uniform like that. Tyson Chandler had his moments, but this cat did that in the closeout game against 2 7-footers and pretty much dominated them the whole series. That's impressive. That's impressive.
Yeah. Put some respect on Mitchell Robinson's name. And another thing I have to say too. Who are those naysayers that thought we overpaid Brunson now? Because I think that contract is well worth what he's been doing in these playoffs right here and what he has done all this season. So, let's go to the highlights, Devon, because what else can I say, man? I'm waiting to see what we're going to put out on these guys. The only downside to it is the season starts on Sunday at 1:00. For me, I'll probably be at work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. They got one Sunday. You got to work Sunday.
this Sunday yet.
What about?
We'll talk about it on the after. We'll do it like tomorrow night or something like that. You know what I mean? Because it's going to be a 1 o'clock game anyway. You know what I mean? And I'll still swing it from my job. I go, I bring my headphones. You just won't see my face, but I'll swing it from my job if I have to.
Yeah, we good. Come in lunchtime and all your break, whatever.
Right. I go right on break at 12 o'clock.
Yeah. But let's look at some highlights right quick when we get back at it, man. And the Knicks and Cleveland, man, the Knicks were doing the damn thing the other night, man. So let's go ahead and watch this joint. We'll talk about it when we get back because it was definitely phenomenal to see. Oh man, I didn't mean to do that. Add stream. Go to there. There you go. We'll take it back for a minute, ladies and gentlemen. But there you go, man. Like Jalen Brunson had these cats in a blender all night long. Sharp Powell looking pretty good out there. Look at this here. Ooh, Mitchell Robinson. What the world? Come on, man. RJ pushing the pace. Cross. Cross. Oh my goodness. RJ in this bag. Here you go again. Find Jalen Brunson.
Wide open.
Look at Brunson. You don't want none of this. That's legit. So I'm loving what I'm saying. RJ straight attack mode. Him and Julius Randle was bully balling these cats to death last night, man. Jalen Brunson fade away, killing them in the first quarter. Here you go quickly. RJ to the rack. It looks good. They were looking good. They were pushing that pace. RJ baseline. Yes. Jalen Brunson. Crazy. Them cats use their left hand real well. They left-handed player. This down I'm talking about right there. This bully ball. Good pass. RJ. Bang. Randall had these cats on him, man, the other night. They were bullying these fools last night. Look at this play. This cat is legit maestro. CLOSEOUT maestro virtuoso. Here we go again. RJ with another.
That's that play. That's that play, Divine.
That's right.
The double team come up on him. They swing it to that wing, and they do whatever they want to do with it.
Dunk contest now. Jalen Brunson. Yeah, man, these boys, they had me lit last night, man. RJ, shake and bake, spin move, blender, and oh my God, these cats was live last night. This cat, man, is unreal with that basketball in his hand, man. But yeah, man, that's what it was, man. Knicks was in their bag last night. I'm so excited with the way they got down, man. Real talk, man. That's how you close out a basketball game. That's how you closed out. Boston couldn't do that the other night against Atlanta. Who else could do that the other night? But we went in and did what we had to do, man. I'm definitely giddy about these boys, man. These cats is the real deal, man. To Miami, when we get ready to play, they have to bring it. I know we're gonna bring it. So let's get it, man. It was a nice thing to see, man. The Knicks is really out there. They live, the city live, we live. We in the building live, the chat live. Everybody hit them, run them up with a thumbs up and all that good stuff, man. And we happy about this thing, man. We just want to come in tonight on the pre-post game a little bit, get a little post game talking there, and keep our energy boosters flowing because going down Sunday. It's going down. It's going down, man. So I'm looking forward to it, man. Sharp Powell, but what a great gutsy season so far by the Knicks. And what a good season, man. I can't be more happy than a Knicks fan in a long time. This is different. This team is different. They're just different, man. And it's something about them. And I guess that's what it is when you come together collectively and put your mind together and let it not be about the individual, let it be about the team. And it's all team stuff here, man. These cats playing together. They got a lot of love up in that building, man. And even after the game, you see Worldwide West in them. They just got a lot of love up in that building, man. The culture is set in New York, man. They done set a culture there. Now you can't compare us to some of these other people other teams who got good culture. This got a damn good culture there. And that's Scott Perry 2018. That's what happened. When he came here, he changed the culture. Scott Perry had He did, man. And sometimes he don't get enough credit for the stuff he did in New York. Mitchell Robinson, he signed him 36 picking in that draft. Quickly, all these guys, man. Scott Perry got his name all over. Leon Rose delegating to these guys like him and Worldwide Western and all these guys. We got World Parent and all these guys. They just got they finally got a real front office, not a bunch of guys who just there to try to get paychecks. They putting the work in, man, and the dividends is kind of showing off. So salute to the Knicks, real talk. Yeah,
I mean, you have to put some. We don't look at how big this year was and what Leon Rose done, but let me show you real quick what he has done. I mean, let me talk to you about what he has done this year. He signed iHeart this year. he signed Jalen Brunson this year, and at the trade deadline, he signed Josh Hart this year. That's all I got to say about that, man. Smart decision making, giving up what picks you had to do, making the trades, moving capital to get these players. You know what I mean? Salute at what the front office and Leon Rose has done this year to acquire Jalen Rose. Jalen Brunson. To acquire Isaiah Hartenstein, and at the trade deadline, picking up Josh Hart. Without those three players this year, we may have been a sub 500 team this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. He did so many. They did so many good things. First and foremost, let's take it back to when they was only giving out $5 or $6 million contracts.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Think about it. And we got to build through. They said we got to kind of build with the youth, but we only going to take on contracts until these cats is ready. So they said, listen, we're gonna take on small contracts until these young guys get ready. And they did that in 2 or 3 years. And next thing you know, they just struck when the iron. They struck the iron struck hot. They went and got Brunson. They gave Randall his money first. They gave RJ his money. Gave Brunson his money. Gave Mitchell Roberts his money. And the good thing about it, the guys they giving money to came up through this organization. You know what I mean? Literally, RJ drafted him. Mitchell Robinson, we drafted him. Jericho said they gave him 4. We drafted him. Quickly, Grimes and Obi and they'd be next, unless they had to put somebody in a trade because it is what it is. It's a business as well. But all these guys that they brought up through the system, man, they taking care of them and they learning the Knicks way. And that can't be no better feeling because it's paying dividends right now. The Knicks got a young squad up in the playoffs, man. You take out Julius Randle at that starting lineup between Brunson down, they're like 26 years old. You know what I mean? So, and all of them cats are signed, other than Grimes, he's still on his rookie contract. The whole New York Knicks starting lineup, all of them, except Grimes, because he's on his rookie deal, all signed long-term with the Knicks. All of them. Jalen Brunson, like I just said earlier, from all our starters, except for my man, because he's already on the contract. His contract is not due yet. So kudos to the Knicks. But other than bringing in, Jalen Brunson and Randall, they made all this stuff organic, man. All these young boys got their money. And I think that's a beautiful thing, man. Because sometimes you don't think the Knicks are doing this stuff because they don't sign, they don't do this, they don't do that. But that was older. That was before Scott Perry got here.
Right.
Before we were signing all these free agents to like $30, $40, $100 million contracts where they wasn't really doing nothing. We built this organically. So I'm happy, man. I'm happy about these guys, man. They doing it the right way. And we got a plethora of picks over the next so many years. We still got flexibility with this go and make some more moves with the money that we got on the books that can come off the books. So we got they've been doing a lot of wheeling deals. We got a cap artist and who know what he doing. Salute to the Knicks, man. Real talk, man. They are winning. Salute to James Dolan. He said, listen, I've been since my man been here, I've been out of the fold. Let them run the Knicks the way they need to run it. You got to give him credit too, man. Real talk. Knicks are nice. Shout out to the front of him and Mr. Dolan. Because he put his money. One thing you could always say about that man, regardless if he didn't know how to run basketball, because that wasn't what he do, but he never shied the Knicks when it comes to money. He might didn't do it right sometime. He might have didn't spend the money right, but he never cheated the Knicks out of money. If the Knicks needed to spend $100 million, he like spend it. He's not cheap, and I respect that because he know this fan base is spending the money to keep him in business, and he's putting the money right back out there. I love everything about what this organization is doing. Let's get it popping. But like I said, man, I'm great win, 4-1, closed out Cleveland. Like I kept saying all along, y'all kept me here. And Cleveland, this is for you. I wasn't playing. This for you. That L is for you, man. And we gave him 4 of them. 7-2 in the season against Cleveland. Salute to them. Salute to the New York Knicks, shop Howard. So man, we just got to get it popping, man. We're gonna get out pretty soon, man. But I'm happy with this team. Salute, congratulations to all the guys, man. Real talk. What a great season by the Knicks so far. The best is yet to come. We ain't done yet. We're not done. We just got to keep it popping.
Yeah, right back to what you said about how this front office has been doing. They've been paying their players, the players that they had. Even if you think about what they did with when they signed Rose, when they signed Bullock, when they signed Burks, when they signed Noel. You know what I mean? They made their contracts. They thanked them. They gave them money, but they also left an option out there for them, just winning if they needed to be traded. perfect way of how they got through these last 3 years. They have the cheaper contracts. They signed the guys to 2 years plus one. Only contract, and I know me and you gonna probably say the same thing. The only contract that was a little out there, was the Evan Fournier contract. You know what I mean? And that one is about to bust in the head right now too. You know what I mean? So kudos to what these guys have done, man. These guys have kept their players that they feel comfortable with. They paid their players, and I believe if we make it to the when we make it to the Eastern Conference Finals or even to the playoffs, I believe that we can make some deals. You know what I mean? We may see this team come back next year, same team, and pay Obi and IQ a decent amount of money to keep them here for 2 years. And I mean, another year or two or something like that to extend their contracts for 2 years or give them an option on the third year. I don't think IQ really wants to go anywhere, even though he knows that he could probably make $25 million somewhere on a team that he don't know none of the players, and he got to get used to playing with the players. He's going to have to move everything and go to that team and get used to the coaching staff and getting used to new plays and all that other bucks. I think IQ will be like, you know what? I think I take that $20 million loss and stay here with the Knicks because I know what I got right here. And if it comes down to Obi, one or the other, if they thinking about moving him or holding on to him, I think he'll take a lesser contract just to stay here with the Knicks as well. At least what I'm saying. I mean, I'm hoping as a Knicks fan, but I think what I see, the way these guys are playing together, I think they would give up. Money is money. You know what I mean? If you offer me $12 million or you offer me $25 million, that's a big disparity. I mean, you're talking about almost $12 more million. That's a big jump. But if you can get close to what some of these guys are offering, 18 million and you could get 25, you might be like, $6 million. I think I might stay with the Knicks, man. You know what I mean? $6 million ain't gonna, it ain't gonna really break me if I go to a state that's gonna tax me. So maybe I'll stay here with the Knicks and try to make another run at it. Or if they win, let's just see. I don't want to throw it out there and put it out there too much about going to the finals and stuff like that. But I already said, man, I think we could beat this team, this Miami team, and I don't know why, but I think our next big game, I'm going to say Philly for you on the low, but I really think Boston would be the team I want to see in that Eastern Conference Finals, so we could just beat up on all the big name teams. You know what I mean? Beat them. I wouldn't mind Philly either. I think we will beat them up too, but I think Boston is the team that I just want to see. I want us to embarrass them again. I just know the way we play defense against Boston, we frustrate their guards. We took their heart this year too. If I'm not mistaken, I think we're at least 2-2 with them. So I think we can fair weather with that team and really apply pressure on Tatum and the other guy with the braids. I can't think of it. I think we can apply pressure on them and know what we're gonna get from them. And at the power forward is where it's at against that Boston team. Julius Randle against what's the guy from the Celtics that came over there? I can't remember nobody's name tonight, but they're power forward right now. I think we demolish him against Al Horford. Thank you. I think Julius will devour him in the Eastern Conference Finals. So let's just see what happens and stuff like that. First things first, one game at a time. Let's get this first game on Sunday.
Yeah, we get that thing Sunday, man. I just think this team is just you can't when you got a team like the Knicks who hot the way they are. We caught momentum at the right time. I think I said it before. We caught momentum at the right time, and I think it happened when we came off that West Coast trip. We went 2-2. I was like, they catching momentum. That salvaging that road West Coast trip is the reason why Knicks dead in where they at right now. To stay in that. Oh my goodness! That was a big momentum swing. Then they carried it into the playoff. And even when Julius Randle got hurt, they still found a way to get up in there and do this thing. You know what I mean? So, this collectively, these guys are locked in, man. They locked in right now, man. And I think the best is yet to come. They had, believe it or not, to me, the Knicks haven't even played good ball yet. They haven't even played a good shot. They haven't even played their best ball yet. if you look at the way they've been playing. Some of the free throw shooting in the first couple of games wasn't good. We had a couple of games in this series where the turnovers was just too high, and a lot of that, man. So, but you know, I think you're going to see their best against Miami because Miami's going to they're going to bring that same defense to Tennessee like Cleveland. But I think the offense is right there. They don't got 2 7-footers who can cause all that paint ruckus. See what I mean? Bam Adebayo, you can get past Jimmy Butler and Vincent. I think that bodes well for us when we going down there because now Bam Adebayo had to come out there and try to stop Jalen Brunson and them. And if you got Mitchell Robinson leaning over the top of that rim, just throw it up there. And or RJ starting to get downhill a lot, causing that defense to come at him. Throw it up there. Mitchell Robinson probably eating this series.
The Knicks definitely know this team very well, and they know that they match up pretty well. They play almost similar style of basketball. You know what I mean? Try to keep control the pace. Try to get down there, grab some rebounds, and hit free throws. This series is, for me, is all about free throws, man. This is going to be a free throw series because I believe we could get to the paint. I think every game, I think we could get to the line at least 30 times. I think with the way the Knicks are playing, especially if Julius is coming back playing that bully style basketball, if RJ Barrett's playing that bully style basketball, and the funny thing about Brunson is doing all these moves in the paint. He doesn't get a lot of free throws, man. I don't know why, because if he got 5 free throws a game, he easily be scoring about 30 points a game. So I think we beat them in the paint. And that, like we've been beating a lot of teams all this year. That's one of our strong points. Outscoring teams in the paint. My pet peeves. But I think this series is really going to be about free throws. We have to try to average at least 82. I'm going to just say 82 because it just came to mind. 82% from the free throw line. We have to average around 82 points. 82% at the free throw line for this series in order for us to pull it out.
Yeah, because
at least a gentleman's sweep because I want to be at that 5th game too with you, Divine.
We're gonna be in the building. That's already booked. But Miami's a good 3-point shooting. A charity stripe shooting team.
Yes,
they shoot good. They one of the best in the league at the charity stripe. So
yes,
we got to make sure ours are clicking too. Hopefully we don't put them in foul trouble a lot. And just stay in front of them, man. We got rim protectors down there, man. Just don't put your hand on them. Don't be swinging at the ball. Nah, just go on away, let them get a shot up there and contest. Just contest. If you got to touch, just contest. If they contest a shot, don't touch them. Obviously, they can't get a foul call because they're gonna let a lot of calls go. They've been letting a lot of calls go in the playoff because it's playoff basketball. The intensity level is on another level. It's like Manchild, like we said earlier, it's one game at a time. Just like Manchild said, we understand where we at with this thing, man. We is one game at a time, but we like to predict too. We predict, and I definitely predict a 45 games. It came for real. I predict us getting out the first round. It came for real. But we are taking one game at a time, Manchild. You best believe that, man. But we like to set the stage for the future. You know what I mean? So I think this team is on something. They just got to keep doing what they're doing. And keep playing hard and keep grinding, man, and believing in themselves. And don't worry about the outside noise. At the end of the day, when you lace them up, all that counts is them W's and L's. So we had more W's and L's this year. That's what all that mattered to me. I ain't really too worried about what this player doing against this player now. When that ball get thrown up, who won the game and who lost the game? And we only thing we concerned about now is wins. Wins. That's it. You know what I mean? So I think they'll be popping. Yeah, hey, I'm with you on that, man, child. Real talk. I'm with that, man. I'm with that 100%. I think that make that team much better. It is right now. Bring them back slowly. That rebound that Josh Hart giving us is underestimated, rather. That Josh Hart bringing in, he fits perfect with that team. Because know why? He don't have to be a scorer. You got Randall Brunson and RJ to do him and Mitchell Robinson to do all the dirty work, the dirty work, grabbing rebounds, boxing, doing this.
Second chance rebounds.
Yeah, you're right on that, man. So I got no problem with that, and I think it'll take the pressure off of Quentin Grimes. That had to go do what he had to do and say he could be more relaxed with Quickly them in there. That second unit be lit. I think it'll be lit with Grimes and Quickly in there in that backcourt, man. That'll be hard to stop that backcourt from both sides of the ball. They good defenders and they good shooters. So and they both could put the ball on the floor. That would be lit with Obi Toppin and Hartenstein. I'm with you on that one, my brother, man. So, but listen, man, we're gonna get out of here before we get ready for tomorrow, man. We just want to come here tonight with the post game, talk a little Knicks basketball. Because we all should be feeling good about ourselves. Orange and blue skies all day. Knicks did what they had to do, close it out. 106 with 95. Massive performance by Mitchell Robinson, Jalen Brunson doing Jalen Brunson things, and let's not forget. You already know. Let's get it. Yeah, man, I'm psyched, man. We psyched. The New York City's buzzing, the Knicks is buzzing, Knicks Real Talk buzzing, all the podcasts is buzzing, everybody buzzing, man. And you should be. We should be, man. This is a beautiful time to be a New York Knicks fan. Let's get it. We'll see you cats on Sunday, Saturday night, Sunday, probably do Saturday night, my brother. We'll talk about that. But no matter what, we'll be in the building, Knicks Real Talk for pregame, whether it's that night before, that day, other thing. And Nick Norica, man, you're welcome to come on, my brother. I appreciate you giving me that support. So if Shy ain't here, we do it that day. Me and Nor, if you want to come on, me and Norica can hold it down. I'm good, my brother. You know, it's all love up in here. But little peace, everybody. Shop holla at me, my man.
Salute to the chat. As always, y'all keep everything just fun to keep looking up and reading what you guys are thinking. To you, Divine, as always, my brother. I see you. We'll talk on the background or something like that. Or I'm off tomorrow, so I'll give you a call and we'll figure out. Okay. If you want to do it, Saturday or Sunday, whatever the case may be. But much love to you. Once again to the chat. Let's get it. New York Knicks in the second round. Let's get it.
Let's get it, man. Yeah, real talk, man. Yo, salute to everybody. Thank you, New York Knicks, for getting us another round to go into the summer with. We'll be playing into May. I'm excited about it, man. Great job, New York Knicks, man. The whole thing from top to bottom, man. Don't forget the ticketer, the cashier, the vendor, everybody. Orange and blue skies, baby, all over the place, man. Let's get it, man. Shout out, my brother. Peace to you. Peace to the chat and everybody in there. Thank y'all for coming in tonight, man. Appreciate all you guys and all the time, man. Thank y'all so much. We're going to get out of here. Knicks Real Talk, post-game. Y'all cats enjoy the rest of the week, man. We'll see you cats in another day or two. Let's get it, man. Knicks Real Talk. Let's move. Time for Divine Shot, KJ events. This Real Talk's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Knick shit, dripping in Knick shit. Up in the world, most famous arena with the click. That's the conglomerate. Knicks Real Talk is real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variants, dominant. Paying homage to the cats in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that you don't care for how early we straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, with the side. My entourage be on the job, my energy. Feeling tripping in 10 books. As they cook my game plan, and my brand for loot and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that's the things we ain't always pretty, but we all stay giddy. And we embrace the fan base like the links, Anthony Mace. We drink the logo when there's airspace that appear like Squarespace. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Knicks City drip. There's 50 decks on the court, looking pretty legit. I say true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew for him a few bars to shine like Star Divine to Mount Mars. Knicks Real Talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks Real Talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks Real Talk.
right here.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks Real Talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yes, sir.
Knicks Real Talk.
We here.
Here we go, let's go.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Let's get it.